Hey guys, so today I am actually planting in the garden. We bought all our plants about, was it last weekend? Um, actually 2 weekends ago. And when we looked at the forecast, we were going to have 2 nights where it was going to go into the 30s, one of them being like 32 degrees. So we couldn't plant these because they will die overnight, literally. So we had to keep them in our bathtub because that window is the south side of the house and it's the only window on the south side of the house. So this was the perfect place that we put our plants to keep them alive when we have these frost days in the middle of April, and they get enough sunlight and it doesn't get too cold in this bathroom. So today they are coming out, and I got a lot of tomato plants. I got my basil, got some coleus. I got something called candle leaf, which helps to repel mosquitoes that we hang on the deck. And I got some mandavillas that we put in the front. So you'll see me gardening all these. And now I can get my bathtub back. So last plant to bring out. I'm gonna have to clean that tub. Holy crap. Here they all are. Gorgeous day, gonna be 80 degrees. And now the nights are gonna only be in the 50s. So at least this week. This is a petunia plant that I got from my aunt in Florida. So this always has to come in the winter time. And it hasn't grown much, but I bring it out. This is the third summer, and it gets a lot of leaves, but I haven't gotten flowers yet. This is a mandevilla. Just produces flowers that look petunia-like, but it's very viney. So I put it in hanging baskets in the front of the house. So I have those. Here's a tomato plant, which is called Early Girl. So they told me that that would be the first one to produce some tomatoes. This is a plant called candle leaf. Smells so good. Oh, I can't even describe the fragrance. It's very florally, and it obviously cascades like a weeping willow. So I have two of these, and I put them in hanging baskets on the back deck. And this is a mosquito plant. It might be citronella. I think it is citronella, and I'm going to put that in a pot on the deck as well, because we like to enjoy, if you see that, we like to enjoy our deck. I like to have it look like we're in a tree house, but I also don't like bugs, so that'll help repel the bugs. And then this is a sweet potato plant. So I have some pots, and sweet potato, the leaves, the foliage is very viney, so it cascades out of the pot. So I'm going to put that in a pot. Here's coleus, more tomato plants. So these are various tomato plants. These are one tomato plant here, and some pepper plants. I got some Italian peppers, a lot of sweet pepper. I think one of them is cubanelle. Here's some begonias. These are full sun begonias, I was told, and coleus. So these are going to go in various pots. Here's some of that spiky, like spikes, to go in a pot as well. And then over here, I have basil, tons of Italian Genovese basil, and Thai purple basil. Love basil. So I'm going to grow a lot of that. I like drying it. I love eating it fresh, and some tomatoes. Here's more coleus. That plant is a wandering Jew. I'm going to pot it up somewhere. It turns purple when it adds more sun to it. Purple with some stripes. So I'm going to pot that. Here's the other candle leaf cascading plant that we'll put on the deck, and another mandevilla that I pot up and put it in the front. This spot here, we had two picnic benches that got destroyed and rotted over the years. So we got rid of them, and John's going to build a pergola that we want vines growing out of it, and I want also hanging baskets. And we're going to put like a table with some chairs in there and some Adirondack chairs. So that's a work in progress. But I'm going to get planting. Got some sunblock on. It's a little breezy. My eyes are tearing with all the pollen. People are cutting their grass, as you could hear. But it's going to be a beautiful day. I finished planting. Got some stuff in pots. These empty pots here have some bulbs in them called caladium. You can see one growing up right now. They're like very colorful, painted little baby elephant ears. There's the mosquito plant, the citronella. There's the candle leaf, which is also bug repellent. There's another one. So these hang our wind chimes. This is a wandering Jew I tried keeping alive during the winter. So a little sun and warmth, it'll just revive again. There's caladiums in those two pots as well. I had a lot of caladium last year. Here's another wandering Jew, the one that I had in the bathtub. Right now that has nothing in it. And another wandering Jew that I tried salvaging for the winter, so we'll see what happens there. And that's a pot I forgot that I had. So I gotta find some plants for that. I think I want to do New Guinea impatiens. They grow very nicely. Okay, so I did this pot here. This stuff has to be put away. We have to get some furniture for that area. And here are the vegetables. There was basil, there's parsley, more basil, the purple basil, beautiful sage growing in. There's the cilantro that I'm trying to grow, because cilantro is a cool weather plant, surprisingly. But everyone plants it in the spring, so I have to like hide it so it just doesn't stay in the sun all the time. These are some willow trees that I'm trying to grow. See if that happens. And here's wisteria that I'm hoping will take root. But there's the basil, and now all the tomato plants are planted in place. We have lots of lettuces. There is onions growing up. These were onions that were growing in my pantry because they were there too long. I also have some around this area, so hopefully they grow in too. But there's pea plants that just took root from last year. I have some lilies. There's more tomato plants that I put in there. More lettuces. And there's the arugula. And more lettuces. And inside there's some sweet potatoes, so I'm hoping they would grow. There's my scallions. I cut some of the flowers off and buried them to see if more will grow. There's my kale plant. And then that's also arugula. That's a heat-tolerant arugula. And I also planted the pepper plants. So I just throw shit in and see what happens. More pepper plants. Oops, sorry. And more pepper plants. I think this one's eggplant, actually. This, I don't know. I want to say I threw some squash seeds in there. Maybe pumpkin. I don't know. We'll find out. And then those were beet tops that I threw in there. There's beet tops somewhere else. I think I might have buried them because I added more compost and manure and some potting soil. So, see what grows. But yeah, that's my garden. Let me take a step back so you can see its full effect. There you go. My garden 2021. And then we're going to fill those hummingbird feeders. And then there's my fig plant. My fig tree. I'm so excited that it's growing in. I got a fig already. I've never seen a fig this early. I've had this for 4 years already. Yeah. So that's Garden 2021. I hope you enjoyed it.